Hey everyone, welcome back to Pajama Crafts, where I do crafts in my pajamas. I have 3 Dollar Tree DIYs for you guys today in the Valentine's department. Sorry if I sound weird. Everyone in my house is sick, so just pray for us to survive. But I have this first heart from Dollar Tree. The paper was already coming off and I tried to pull it off, but it did rip a little bit. I already know the trick about heat and whatever, but I think Bree was sleeping at this time, so I didn't want to use the hairdryer because it's so loud. But actually, I tried to use it once when she was awake, and she cried her eyes out because she was terrified of it. And I was just not about dealing with that at the moment, so I just used the back side, and it took me a while to get this sticker off. I know you can use a lighter too, but I don't even know where one is in our house at the moment. So anyway, just got that all the way off, and then I just sanded it down so everything would be the same texture. Sometimes when you take off the labels, it leaves it kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but I like to sand all around it too so that it's all the same. So using my Waverly chalk paint color lacquer, I'm just covering the entire heart. Next, I have another sign from Dollar Tree that I'm just using the back of because I'm too lazy to sand off glitter. You can definitely do that and use the front or just paint over the back, cover it with brown paper, whatever you want to do. I just leave it as is because I don't care. But I'm just covering this whole entire sign with my white Waverly chalk paint. Next, I'm just going in with a piece of wood. You can use anything straight. I always see people using rulers, and somehow I don't think we even own a ruler or have one in our house. Shame on us, I know, whatever. Anyway, so I have this piece of wood that I just lined up from side to side in those little grooves, and using my good old Sharpie to make those lines, trying to make some kind of shiplap look. And I just went back over that with my ink colored paint and the Waverly chalk paint, and just some with a skinny brush and make some skinny lines and a little bit of distressing, and then sanded that all down so it didn't look too harsh. You know the drill. I think I lost the footage of me sanding, so sorry about that, but you know how to do it. Anyway, and I go with some more of that ink Waverly chalk paint and just distressing the heart a little bit. Of course, you guys know you can leave out the distressing. Everything is optional. It's a craft, so you gotta, put your own spin on it to make it special for you. So, but obviously, you guys know if you've been watching my channel for a while that I distress everything, and it's just the way that I like to do things. For this next part, I need you guys' help because I'm assuming that I'm not supposed to use this for a stencil, but I just used some of the Arteza vinyl that they sent me in a color that I was pretty sure I was never going to use. Gold is just not my favorite. Sorry for the people who love it. But I just decided to use this piece of vinyl to make a stencil. Then I could go in with paint, and when I tried to take it off, the adhesive was like so sticky that I had to really like rub off a lot of the adhesive that was stuck to the heart after I painted it on. So people who have Cricuts, or if you just know this stuff, please let me know what you use to make stencils. I mean, I'm sure I could look it up, but I just haven't had the time yet. So just leave it down in the comments if you know. I tried to use contact paper, but it cut through the entire paper, and then it was just a whole mess. So just let me know what you guys do. Maybe I could have put on a different setting to make it not cut so deep. I don't know. Just give me your tips, please. Also, forgot to say that the contact paper that I used to transfer is from Walmart. I can't find any clear contact paper at my Dollar Tree, so I went to Walmart and they had like a pretty big roll for $5, so that's a good place to get it too. It was a lot. I mean, I don't know how much is usually on those rolls, but it looks like it's gonna last me forever. So if you don't have any at your Dollar Tree, that's another place that you can check. As you guys can see, it was super hard to peel off even with this sped up, and a lot of the adhesive came off onto the heart, and I had to really like rub it so hard to try to get it off. but I think it still came out really pretty. I absolutely love how it turned out. This saying is really important to me because we have a blended family, so I just love the saying, love makes us a family. Um, but anyway, yeah, I think it still came out really cute. It's just a pain to use that vinyl. But the vinyl is really good if you're going to use it for what it's intended for. I'll leave the link below for the vinyl. And a 10% off coupon code too that you guys can use for your order on Arteza. So still using up some of those hearts from Dollar Tree. I picked this one. I dropped it. I picked this one that's just plain wood and I just painted it white. I pulled off that sticker thing because those things don't work with anything. So I just pulled it off and hot glue it onto my heart at the bottom, and I thought it was really cute. Then of course I distressed a little bit more on the heart and the letters using some truffle paint and the Waverly chalk paint, and I just hot glued my heart down onto that base, and I thought it just came out so cute. And then I just added a tie back in. If you guys don't like the holes in the heart, you could use some of that wood filler or whatever it's called, that putty type stuff, and just paint over it so you don't see the holes, but I really didn't care. And I don't even have any of that stuff, and I always forget to look for it, so there you go. But I think it turned out really, really cute. I love it. So for the next DIY, I'm using this sign from Dollar Tree. I just really like the shape of it and how it's cut up. So I just cut off the string on the top, and I just ripped these off the back. You could do it nicely or like, you know, peel every single one off because it's kind of like a sticker, so you could peel it off, but I just pulled off the ribbon, and I didn't want to try to peel off every single piece, so I mean I peeled off a little bit if it was easy, and then I just sanded the rest to make it as smooth as possible because I was not going to stand there for an hour and try to peel all that off. I know, again, the hairdryer trick. I just don't want to use it right now. Going back in with that white Waverly chalk paint, just covering every piece of the heart. I did end up doing 2 coats just to cover everything. If you aren't going to distress this, you might want to make sure you get all of that paper off, but when I distress it, it just kind of masks it and you can't really tell. Next, I'm just transferring on my vinyl letters from my Cricut and that Arteza vinyl. I love this one because it's a matte black. There was only one piece in that 42 pack. Like, there's a ton of different colors and a few shiny black ones, like gloss ones, but there's like, I think there was only one matte black one, but I really love it. We'll see if they have any more of like just the matte black or something, because it's super, super pretty the way it came out. I'm just transferring that word on there with that same Walmart contact paper. And later on, when I get better at using my Cricut and know a little bit more, I can actually add some value to your use of your Cricut, then I will do some more in-depth tutorials. But here I'm just transferring those words on. Of course, if you don't have a Cricut, you can always use stencils, free printables, and just transfer them with a pencil. There's so many ways you can do it. Dollar Tree stickers. You don't have to have a Cricut to do these crafts, of course. Did some more distressing with that truffle color paint and just sanding it to tone it down a little bit. And I did a lot of distressing because that's the look I like, but you can always go lighter or even darker if you want to. Now to attach it back together, I'm just using some twine. I don't know why I put these like straight up the middle. I don't know what I was thinking. For some reason I was thinking you wouldn't see it, but obviously when you turn it around you can see the little pieces in between. Anyway, so I might take that off and kind of do it more up the sides, but still think it turned out really cute. Just used like a ton of hot glue, probably way more than I needed, but I'm paranoid that my stuff is going to fall apart, I guess. So anyway, yeah, that's all there is to it. I added a jute hanger back onto it, and I think it came out really cute. For this last DIY, I'm using this sign from Dollar Tree that you see in front of you. And I just cut off that little hanger at the top. I tried to see if I could pull off this Valentine's thing. I even tried to like put something underneath I didn't show, but it was like on there real good. So I just grabbed it and the edge broke. Then it actually pulled off this whole piece of the burlap. This is Valentine's and it still was kind of intact. So I might use that later on another project. So I just put that aside and saved it. And then I just ripped off the corners because I didn't want those overlapping since I'm going to be using the back. Then taking some Mod Podge, I used these pages from an old songbook that I found at a thrift shop. I really love it. It's like really, really old. But if you can't find something like that, like you can use a book. Like it doesn't have to be music either. It can just be anything like that that looks vintage and old. And if you want, you can even make your pages look older by tea or coffee staining them. And it's just super fun. I like using the pages. You could tear them up and Mod Podge them on or just do big pieces like I did. I just used 3 pieces of paper and I covered the entire thing with Mod Podge too. I like the way that it just, I don't know, I want the surface to be all exactly the same. And then when I distress it, you'll see why it makes a difference. So I have a few different kinds of ribbon here. This one is from Hobby Lobby. It was $4.99. You could always use your 40% off coupon too. I'm not sure where the brown ribbon was from. I can't remember. Could have been Hobby Lobby or Walmart. I've had it for a really long time. But I just cut some strands and I'm gonna glue those around the back. But first I'm using this distress ink that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's pretty cheap. I think someone said it was like $4.99 or something like that. But this is the reason that I wanted the Mod Podge all over the front since it gives it kind of that smooth, like shiny finish. When I use this distress ink on the edges, I can rub it with my finger and kind of just blur it out and make it look really old and dirty and grungy. And I love, love, love that look. You guys really, really liked my last, like primitive, country, vintage, shabby chic, whatever you want to call it, Valentine's video. I'll have that link below for those of you that like that kind of stuff. So I am trying to do more of those for you because it is one of my favorite styles too. As you can see, I also distressed that white ribbon with that same ink, and then I'm just gluing these down to the back. I put a little dab of glue also in the middle on the front just to make sure nothing's going anywhere. What I do that kind of seems to work well for me and like create pieces that I love is just to grab all of my scraps when I'm doing something like this. Like I have fabric scraps and ribbon and flowers and what all I have. I just grab all my scraps and kind of put it in a pile, and then I pull out things that I think will look good together, like with the color scheme that I'm going for and things like that. And that's kind of how I go, like that's kind of like what I do for the shabby chic look. So I don't know, it's just a really good way to use up scraps. You don't have to go buy a bunch of stuff. If you're a crafter like me, you probably already have everything you need to make something like this. Now, these pearls are everything, like in my shabby chic decor. I love them. I got these from Hobby Lobby. It just comes like, it's like by the ribbon. It just comes on a string, on a spool, and there's a ton on there, and it'll last me a long time, but I just think they're so pretty with the shabby chic DIYs. The last ribbon I'm adding is from Dollar Tree, and I already previously distressed it when I was going to use some on another project. Lastly, I have this big group of flowers. Came in a pack from Hobby Lobby with 3 or 4 other flowers, and these are not too expensive if you use a coupon with them. I think this pack might have been $5, but they're bigger flowers. So I just hot glue that down, and then I use my Cricut tool. Don't shame me. I don't know if I'm supposed to use this for this, but all it was paper. So poked it through, and so I could get my hanger back on. Tied some jute. I had to do a double knot, otherwise it will pull through. So make sure you do a double knot if you're putting a hanger back on. And that was all I did for that one. I thought it was so pretty. Bree is starting to sing with all her favorite songs, and it's so adorable. She says, hurrah, hurrah. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna love it. But this is how they all came out. Let me know if you have a favorite. The ants go marching one by one, the little one stops to suck his thumb, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, 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 the ants go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching two by two, the little one stops to tie his shoe in. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more DIYs like this one. Don't forget that I have that link down in the description. You can use my 10% off coupon through February something. It says in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye.